Do you guys want to know what's really funny? I just started recording my video, then I didn't like what I did. Let me just straighten this. I didn't quite like what I did in the beginning, so I restarted recording the video, and I did an amazing video. I made virtually no mistakes, and I stopped it to relook at it, only to realize that I've done it on time lapse. Hi everybody, you're listening to Ellie Catty or Ellie M. I've decided to do a series of videos that's going to help a whole bunch of people who's been inquiring on how to either do what I do or become a content creator, or which platforms to use. Which better way to do it than a video that can be shared? I think us as humans need to share as much talents and skills and knowledge that we can as we possibly can, and give it on as a legacy, because what is the point of learning all of these things and not sharing it? Prior to going into everything that I want to go into, I want to mention that I will be doing a workshop at the end of next month. So it's July, end of July 2021. It will be in Joburg, and in August and November. We'll start off at the end of July, and this will be purely to share all of the knowledge that I do have that I can't. It will be impossible to share it all over video in one sitting, as well as that there are a lot of things that I feel that would be beneficial to guys that's in this industry, whether it's in my industry, excuse me, or as a content creator. Everything from social media marketing to engaging with a following, whether it's on social media or on a website or whichever platform you would be using, how to start up, internet safety as well as physical safety, how to call people out, how to see the cowboys between the professionals, how to approach professionals, whether it's a videographer or a photographer or a model or somebody that can help you represent you, what brand ambassadorship means. Is it something that you want to approach? I mean, it's always very easy to look at somebody and say, yeah, I also want free stuff. It doesn't work like that. It's never for free. You don't get free stuff. And many other things. What I wanted to discuss today is just on how to get on or start or become or think about becoming a content creator. And this is from not a normal social media platform. You can start off there, and you'll have to start off there. That is to use one of the other content creating platforms other than Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, and how you can monetize. So I think before I really start delving into any of that, as I said prior to that, I want you to keep in mind a couple of things. I haven't counted how many I was going to mention. I think it might be too only. First of all, you're not, my mom's given me my motto, which I live by, and I teach this to my children. And I keep on saying my mom. My mom always pops in my mind whenever I do something, not because she's my mother, but because of this motto. You are free to choose whatever you want to do. You're not free from the consequences of your choices. And I live by it. And whenever I do, and whenever I'd make a serious decision or something that is a tricky decision, I need to pull myself towards myself and think of that motto. You're free to do whatever you want to, but you're not free from the consequences of your decisions. When I started out in this industry, I had difficult decisions to make because not everybody sees eye to the fact that this could be an art form. It's not necessarily pornography. It's not necessarily something sleazy, not something that I am embarrassed about. The question that usually came up was, how do you think your children would feel if other kids pointed you out? My thought process behind it, and it was a hard choice to make, but I fucking hope they are proud, and they are today. They're really, really proud. We've had multiple discussions about it. I've always been open about it. You're not free from the consequences of your choices. So if you do decide to make or create a content creating platform or become one of the content creators on any of those platforms, just keep in mind that it may affect the rest of your life. And what I mean by that is, for example, if you're a 19, 20 or 21-year-old, I would go as far as to say anywhere close to your late teens and early 20s, mid 20s, don't even consider it. There are people who's making a success out of it. However, from a maturity point of view, from your future's point of view, you're not really there to make such a big decision. I'm talking about the adult world. I'm talking about the modeling industry, where you take your clothes off, or alternatively do something that I'm doing, is the artistic nudes, sensual, erotic, and boudoir photography. There's a very thin line between the adult industry and the artistic side of it, and a lot of it does get we confuse as a very rigid society. We do confuse the two quite often, and I say we because I think there's no clear indication as to what is wrong or right, depending on your upbringing, depending on your belief system. If you're going to go into that industry, it's a very big decision that you will have to make, and you need to consider who you are going to affect. And I'm talking about your parents, I'm talking about your family, I'm talking about your future family, I'm talking about your future partner. At the age of 20 something, you might think it's a great idea, but you might marry the president. You don't know. Not the current president, hopefully. You might choose to marry somebody that's in a religious position, and this will affect their future as well as yours. You will also have to decide whether your job in the future, if you ever do carry on with this, because I'm going to put a disclaimer out there, we don't look the same now as we do in the future. Not a lot of people age very well, and even if you do age very well, there's always somebody more that's younger, more beautiful, and more out there that will probably be in competition with you. Shouldn't be a problem. It's not a problem for me at all. I don't get involved in that, but a lot of people do have that pressure on them. And then you have to consider your future. Yes, you read of all the OnlyFans models has made it massive and has made it big, but you need to also keep in mind there will always be something else that's going to come up, and OnlyFans might just be a phase, or Patreon, or whatever it is. Regardless, you need to think of the future, and you need to decide what you're going to be one day. And if you're going to be a teacher, you will probably have to reconsider doing nudes on OnlyFans. So that being said, those type of websites are amazing. I absolutely love using all the content creating websites that is possibly out there. There are a few that I would advise against using, just because they are not that easy to use. They are quite slow, and whatever the reason, I will go through all of those reasons, but there are a few that I would suggest you don't use, but there are quite a few that I absolutely love. It gives you the freedom of expression. You can monetize your work. You can choose what you post, when you post. Nobody's there to slap your hand. You are basically playing to your own games, and they are very, very, very safe and secure, to the extent that you know that they've got your back. Otherwise they can lose their whole entire business, which is a multi-million, if not billion pound industry. OnlyFans, I know, is a UK-based company, Frisk as well. And then we've got some up-and-coming local ones that I'm very, very, very excited to share about. I can't yet. It's only in the next couple of weeks when they will launch that I will share it. But it's amazing for us local guys. And then there are content creating platforms that also accept things like Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the coins, all the cryptocurrencies. Some might even accept gold. I know of one that accepts gold, and obviously your currencies. Then you have to decide what type of content you want to create and what best suited platform would be for your content. So getting all of those points out of the way, I would suggest that if you do decide to go into this industry, you take pen to paper, because this is a legit business. If you run it like a business and treat it like a business, you'll make money like a business. You need to be focused, and you need to know exactly where you're going and what you want. Do your research. I And all my content creating friends are more than happy to always share information, some more than others. But just be sure as to what you want. Then you start building your foundation. Your foundation is your social media platform, so the normal, conventional, your Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You want to create a foundation for where you are going. Your personal brand is of the utmost importance. I can't stress that enough. A lot of people and nowadays will research you. If you're a doctor, if you're a dentist, if you're a vet, if you're an accountant, whoever you are, they'll research you by typing your name and trying to find you on any of the social media platforms, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, your Facebook, everything. So make sure that your personal brand, which is your best business card, is legit and is checking out. So you need to start building on that. And to know how to build a successful social media brand, I will do a separate video on that. It's quite easy. You can do it very quickly. My main account, which is probably the most deleted Instagram account on earth, that one I've built from a following of 4,000 to pretty much 25,000 within a 18-month period. You can do it a lot faster. It does take a little bit of work. Takes a little bit of savvy. You can do it a lot faster. Or you can do a shortcut and buy somebody else that's already got the following. Or you can get one of those robots that get you fake followers, that you can get real followers. I would not suggest that one. If you want to buy an account, I would buy something that's in line with your content creating account. However, you do risk losing those followers because they will notice that it's not what they would initially signed up for, especially if it's not going to be quite the same person. Obviously, you will start it from scratch. You will delete all the other person's content. So in saying that, that is very, very, very important. Is your brand. You need to focus on your brand. The next thing you need to focus on is what type of content you're going to push out on your social media brand. So will it be something that is in line with a certain belief system? You know, you are going to be sexy and sassy, but not show too much. Are you in line with, I don't know, fitness industry? So you're going to push out on that vibe. Or the music industry, whatever the case might be. You need to decide which direction you're going to go into and who are your target market audience. And that is very important because you need to know why you are pushing out what you're pushing out and what the results are going to be or what result you are going to expect. From there, you can choose which content creating platform you want to use. There's many, and I use quite a few. I use OnlyFans, Bentbox, and I use Frisk. Those are the 3 international ones. I use another 2 that I'm trialing out at the moment. There's 3 other ones that I've used in the past. I'm not going to mention them because it's not worth, for me, it wasn't worth using. Then I'm trialing out another 2, and then there's some South African, as I mentioned, content creating websites that's coming up that's got amazing benefits. So once you've got your idea of which content creating websites that you want to use, you can then start initiating or start up your profiles. And that is, my friends, is the point, is to get some subscribers to pay for your content. And from there, you move forward to starting your business, making money. One thing that I do need to add is that you need to be very, very aware and very careful of the pressures out there. From going from a certain look and type and industry that you're in, you will feel the pressures of doing more, especially the ladies. You will feel the pressures of doing more. And I can tell you now, as somebody in the adult industry said to me recently, everybody's got a price. It's up to you to remain integral, have that integrity to yourself and to your parents and to everybody else who will be affected if you do go down the rabbit hole. I have absolutely no problem with that at all. The adult industry is the adult industry. And what I think, my personal opinion, a lot of people have a misconception of is that pornography is a sin, is a dirty thing, is this, is that, and next thing. Pornography is another art form. If you can act out a scene in Seven Delan and you're good at pretending to have sex and having fun at it and orgasm on cue, then fucking kudos to you. I can't, that's for sure. There's other things that girls especially tap into that I think they might regret in the future. And that is one thing that I would strongly recommend keeping in mind and staying away from. The proverbial carrot is large. Let's see what is it there. Okay guys, well, I have my workshops coming up. I will be sharing the date soon. If you are keen on these workshops, let me know. I'm going to add you to my Telegram group and then divulge in all the information closer to the time. It's going to be amazing. It's bigger than what people might expect. I will have very big names that will participate in this industry talk workshop. I'll teach you everything from photography, videography, who to approach, how to approach them, how to deal with safety, predators, how to deal with your business, how to best monetize and add value to what you've got, where to shop, where not to shop, how to shop, keeping budget, keeping safe, all of that. I got you. Let me know. I'll add you to my Telegram group. But in the meantime, I hope you guys had a little bit of information from this. I hope I'm not too preachy. Maybe I am. It's maybe because I'm a mom. Love to you all.